Alright, it's been over a year at this point, I think, since I made my last commentary, but coming out of a loss on round 66 on Die Rise, a couple rounds away from that world record, then hopping onto this first room on Town and getting 75 one round in front of the previous record, figured what better time than to practice than now with another commentary. So here we go. Town, what can I say? The highest round of any first room on both BO1 and BO2. Not surprising though, because you get the Reagan Mark II, you get Sally's, Pack-a-Punch for the first room weapon, double tap. So a lot of options to kill. That being said, I hate the map just from an aesthetic point of view. I really hate the red hue, the red tint that everything on the map has. It makes it, that combined with the fog, makes zombies impossible to spot from a distance. I'll attribute it to one of the reasons I probably died. Not the sole reason, but one of the reasons I had my many near-death situations. But what did I do in this game? Not much nuance in the strategies, if I'm being honest. If you have ammo in the ray gun, you stay in this area outside of Jug, and you play the no carpenter strategy. To do that, you just keep a board on every one of the 4 outside windows and stay in this area while you kill with the ray gun. Outside of that, if you run out of ammo, you go to M14 and you just spam with the M14, doing loops around here. I did experiment in the later rounds, like 70 and on, maybe earlier, with a alternative no bleed strat. That strat was the reason I died. I would not recommend doing it. If you want a no bleed strat, find a different one, find a better route, find one that doesn't block a crucial spawn point from your, view, as you'll see in the clip later on when I show the death. I couldn't see the zombie coming out of the ground, so yeah. But that spawn really almost ruined the game many times prior to that point, so it's not surprising. Another comment to add, I have seen players, iTech a lot comes to mind, who swap out the Reagan Mark II for the M14 instead of the Sally's. I think that's an interesting and very forward-thinking decision, and I'll explain. The Mark II is very underwhelming in the later rounds. I mean, after 80, you're not going to get many kills with it. Zombie health just goes up and up and up exponentially, and it becomes useless at a certain point. Don't get me wrong, it still does a lot of damage, and it still will help damage the horde enough for you to, kill it faster. But I think you get more use out of keeping the Sallies for insta-kills. It's no secret that on Town, the Sallies are tremendously overpowered for insta-kills, especially if you stay in the M14 area and you limit the number of spawns. That limits the number of spawns that they come out of. You get so many more kills with the Sallies. So that's the trade-off. I mean, earlier we trade out the Mustang and Sallies for the M14 so that we can kill. We still have the ray gun. The early rounds are faster, but I think in the later rounds, if you're a player who's in it for the long run, I think you'll appreciate keeping the Sallies. That's all I have to say about this game. Kept it short and sweet. A further comment, I'd like to thank those that played Town First Room previously for their contributions, previous record holders as well. Those that watched my stream as well and commented. The support was very helpful, very encouraging, so thank you for that. And to any players interested in wanting to play this, in wanting to potentially beat this record, go for it. It's ripe for the taking. The game time of my game, at least, wasn't even a significant fraction of the reset time. There's still so much to be optimized in this category. There's still so many rounds to push. So if you're interested, do so. Go for it. That's all. Thank you.